What is going on, everyone? Today we'll be taking a look at the Marolex Axel 2000 foamer, which was sent to me a little while ago by the team over at Carzilla, Calgary. I've had several months now to test this product to see if it's any good and see if it's worth the money. I'll be showing you how I use this foamer and all the different functions. I'll be talking about what I like about this and showing you why it's become my most used foamer. Even though I've been using this one for a couple months now, I have this new one here to unbox so you can see exactly what it comes with if you decide to buy one. I'll link this product in the description below the video, so you can go check that out after, but now let's get going with the unboxing. Now here's a bit of information for you before we get going here. This product is available for $46 USD from Carzilla.ca, and if you scan that QR code if you're watching this from a TV, it'll take you right to it. It's available in a 2-liter or a 3-liter, and it's made in Poland, so extremely high quality. Now, the very first thing I noticed when I got my hands on the box was how good the packaging was. And I know that sounds silly to say, but you could tell they really put some effort into this packaging. As I show you around the box here, you can see it comes with 3 different nozzles, which are displayed on top here in this plastic, which is really cool because you got the high density, the medium density, and the low density foaming nozzles there. Now, this side of the box has some specs on it. So you might want to pause here if you want to read more into it, but there's the dimensions and then the capacity. The total capacity on this product is 2.4 liters. Working capacity, of course, is 2 liters. And then on the top here, you can see how they've secured the 3 nozzles and they're stapled into this plastic packaging. Besides that, you got the product itself, which is pretty self-explanatory. The only other thing in the box is going to be 2 sets of instructions, one in English and then the other one's in another language. I'm assuming it's Polish. So put that one away for now. And as I was reading the instruction manual, the operating manual here, the one thing that caught my attention immediately was they give you this repair set and they give you a part number too. So that's pretty unique. And then they give you all of the places where you can change a gasket. And on the other side, they give you troubleshooting. So if anything goes wrong with this, it has a little bit of a troubleshooting section there, which I really like because not a lot of companies will give you that kind of information and they won't supply you with the rebuild kit because this thing is built like a tank overall, and the actual outer plastic components of it, you're not going to break unless you really try to. And typically when it comes to pump sprayers of any kind, the O-rings and gaskets are what go first. So the fact that I can go online and I can buy a kit for this is awesome because this thing is really strong and that means it's going to last a long time. There you have the auto on off button, and then you have a pressure relief valve right there as well, and that's also what will go off when you fully pressurize it. And I like the fact that the pressure relief valve has a push down function instead of a pull up function. If it's extremely cold outside and you're starting to lose feeling in your fingertips, that works a lot better. Now here you have the extra little nozzle they give you for the end, and that's just going to change the fan pattern, and that's stored in the top here in the plunger, which is cool in itself. And if you actually look there, it looks like you can take a pair of pliers if you wanted to and squeeze that and pop it off. Then the one that it comes with right now out of the box is the 45 degree, and then the one that was the extra one that they give you is the wider pattern, which I use most often. And then this pops off, and in the handle itself you have this awesome storage which houses these nozzles, or these extra foaming inserts when you're not using them, which extremely innovative and so simple yet so helpful. So huge plus for Marolex for doing that. At the end here, it comes off extremely easy, and then you just pop out the foaming nozzle, and there you can see that it comes with one of the blue ones already installed. So really with this you get 4. If you look in there, you got your foam in there, and the one that has the higher density setting is just going to have more foam in there. That's the difference between all of them. If you go and change out this nozzle, make sure you don't lose the O-ring, because without the O-ring it's just going to leak. It's going to create a mess that you don't want. But to change it, extremely easy. Just pop the new one in there, put your foam one back in where that belongs, and then tighten everything up and you're good to go. Now to get started with the first part of the demonstration, here I have everything set up the way I usually do every single day. And in this foamer currently I have 1 part Adam's wheel and tire cleaner to 4 parts of water. And just to show you the way I have it set up here is I have the white tip, which is least amount of foam density, with the blue, lighter blue, wider pattern. And now I have it fully charged up. So let's show you what it looks like. For a smaller wheel like this on this Acura, I can easily cover the whole tire and wheel without having to pump it up again. And in this case, I can probably do 2. And as I take you in closer there, you can see the density of the foam is actually perfect. And that's why I have it set up like this. Big part of the reason I like to use foamers and why I strongly advocate for them is because look how effective this was at a 1:4 dilution of the Adams wheel and tire cleaner. If I had sprayed this on directly onto the tire without the foamer, there's no way the product would have been able to dwell on the surface for that long and been as effective as it is. And I've noticed that with most products that I foam versus not foam, they just seem to work a lot better. And it's even a bigger benefit that you're using a lot less of it at the dilution we're using it at. So for maintenance cleanups, it's amazing. Now with the same product in the bottle, I'm going to change it to the medium foam density nozzle, and you'll see what the difference is, and you'll see why this product does take a little bit of trial and error before you get it right. What you'll notice immediately is with medium foam density tip in there, it's having a hard time actually working. That's why I prefer to have the white one in there for this particular mixture. If I cut this down to a weaker dilution, it'll have no issue, but I prefer it the way I use it. So that's where that trial and error comes in. And now just for fun, let's take a look at the highest density foam insert and see what that looks like. And as you can see, completely useless. Here's a bit of a close-up for anybody that wants to see how dense you can actually make this foam go. This is the same mixture with the lightest foam setting, and you can just add layers and layers of shaving cream foam if you really wanted to. Obviously this is way too excessive, but just for demonstration purposes, so you can see there. You do the same thing with Brake Buster too, with a similar dilution. Now that is how I've been using my Marolex Axel foamer for the last couple of months, but you can use it with a car shampoo as well and foam down your car in case you don't have a pressure washer and a foam cannon. So now I'm going to mix up some Chemical Guys Honeydew, and I use the foam cannon dilution, so there's about 64 ounces of water and then 4 ounces of the concentrate. Now let's see how that works. This is just going to be how the foamer is set up out of the box. So you got the medium density with the 45-degree foam pattern. So as you can see there, with the medium density foam insert, this is actually producing really good shaving cream foam, unlike when we had the wheel and tire cleaner in the other foamer. And so that really shows how much of a difference it makes depending on what mixture you have. So now let's put in the lightest foam, pump it back up, and see what that looks like. As you can see here, even with the lowest density foam insert, we're still getting extremely good foam, which I would consider shaving cream. And it's not falling off in globs like it was in the previous example. I think this is actually a lot better. So now let's put the highest density one in there and see what that looks like. As you can see, again, the foamer is having a very hard time getting this to produce any kind of good foam. So pretty much useless. You'd have to really cut down your solution quite a bit in order for this to foam. The foam that does come out is extremely thick, but it's not very useful. Now as we look at them all together here, you can see the medium density one here is extremely good foam. The lowest density is good foam as well. This one, not really. Let me know in the comments which one you think is the best. Now I'm going to quickly change it to the wider nozzle here, and you'll see what the difference is. As you'll be able to see here, with the wider nozzle installed, it's pretty much double the coverage, and this is definitely the way you want to go, because otherwise you'll be spending forever if you intend to foam down your car with like a pre-soak or a pre-wash type of thing. But it can be done. You can do your whole car like this. You'll just have to pump up many times. Like here, I made it to the fender and the door before I had to pump it up, and overall you'll probably have to pump this thing up like 6 times just to get around one car. One of my favorite features of this foamer and why this is now my go-to is this locking trigger function here. This is absolutely huge and should be standard on every single foamer. Aside from that, this thing is amazingly ergonomic. I have no issues with my wrist even when it's fully loaded. The handle is amazing and this thing is just extremely overbuilt. And speaking of the handle, you have this awesome storage here like I showed you. And again, this is one of those things where I don't understand why every company doesn't do something like this. It's so simple yet so genius. And Marolex does redundancy here and they incorporate storage into this part as well, which is awesome again. And just overall, if you look at this thing, it's just amazing in every way in terms of durability. I think you have to give Marolex credit here. Like, they thought of everything when it comes to this product. Even the bottle itself has these dimples in it, which allow you to grip it easily at the neck and twist off the top, even if you've over torqued it. And so you don't have to worry about that. So everything is well thought out, and I just love the construction of this thing. And then speaking of which, this handle, the way it's angled, allows you to twist it on without any interference, and it's amazing. Now, a product like this, obviously the biggest problem everyone has with it, and including myself as well, is the fact that you have to pump it up to charge it, which can get annoying, especially if you're using this to foam down your entire car. That's where something like this can come in handy, and that's the Schrader valve mod, which you just install right there, and then you can use an air compressor to charge this thing up. I just got an air compressor now, that's why none of mine have been modded. For a great video on how to modify it, go check out Phil's video over on the Miranda Detailing channel. He's got an awesome one. But I like this product so much that I even went out and bought the foam, or the Industry Ergo Sprayer, which is an awesome product as well. I use that for APCs. But this product, huge thumbs up for me. It is awesome. Comment down below what your favorite foamer is. Here's another great foamer as well, the IK Foam Pro 2. If you haven't seen that video, it's popping up on your screen right now, so you can go check that out. And if anyone out there wants to see a video between this and the IK foamer, let me know in the comments below. But that being said, give me a thumbs up if you found this video helpful, and I'll see you in the next one.